Welcome to the Attraction Matriarch podcast. I'm Bunny, helping men understand women since 2018. This is where we talk attraction psychology, intimacy dynamics, relationship repair, masculine leadership, feminine response, and the patterns beneath modern relationships that most people never see clearly. If you want stronger attraction, deeper understanding, and a clearer read on women, you are in the right place. Welcome in. Let's get into it. A man who has to constantly demand respect is usually revealing that he has not yet built enough internal authority to naturally command it. This is hard for some men to hear because modern culture has done a terrible job explaining leadership. Half the world tells men to shrink, apologize, soften, ask permission to exist. The other half overcorrects and tells men to bark orders, control everyone, and confuse intimidation with authority. But neither one of these creates real leadership. Real leadership doesn't need to force people to follow. It creates enough trust, clarity, stability, and direction that following begins to feel safe, intelligent, and even natural. This matters most in marriage. A wife doesn't truly follow a husband because he announces, "I'm the leader." She follows him because his life has evidence. His words have weight. His decisions are sober. His emotions are governed. His priorities are clear. His correction is fair. His presence makes the household feel more stable, not more chaotic. Leadership is not a title a man gives himself. It is an atmosphere he creates. Many men want the benefits of leadership without having the burden of becoming deeply trustworthy. They want respect, sexual admiration, cooperation, peace, feminine softness even. But they don't want the daily discipline required to become the kind of man that women can truly relax around. And this is where marriage gets very painful. A woman can love a man and still not trust his leadership. She can be loyal to him and still not feel safe surrendering her control to him. She may want him to lead and still resist him if his leadership feels inconsistent, reactive, passive, selfish, or poorly thought through. This is why forcing leadership just doesn't work. A man may force temporary compliance. He may win the argument. He may get a little bit of silence in the house. He may get obedience for a moment. But forced compliance is not the same thing as trust. It's not the same as respect. And it certainly is not the same as desire. A woman may go quiet because she's tired of fighting, not because she feels led. She may stop challenging him because she is emotionally detached, not because she actually believes in him. She may let him have his way because she no longer thinks the marriage is worth the energy of repair. That's not leadership. That's relational erosion. Healthy masculine leadership is not loud or frantic. It doesn't need to keep proving itself. It's consistent, grounded, observant, and directional. It says, "I see what's happening here. I know where we are going. I can handle discomfort without becoming cruel. I am responsible for the tone I bring into this home. You can trust me with your softness because I am not careless with my strength." A man leads best when his life makes his leadership believable. He keeps his word. He handles money responsibly. He does not make his wife carry the entire mental load and then complain that she's too controlling. He does not avoid difficult conversations until resentment becomes the household language. He doesn't outsource every emotional, spiritual, financial, and relational responsibility to his wife and then wonder why she feels like more a manager than a lover. A man who wants to be followed must first become followable. That's not an insult, it's an invitation. Become the kind of man whose judgment has been refined through discipline. Become the kind of man whose wife does not have to mother his moods. Become the kind of man who can receive feedback without collapsing into defensiveness. Become the kind of man who can make decisions without becoming a tyrant when someone questions him. Become the kind of man whose leadership produces peace, not fear. Because a woman's feminine trust is not awakened by pressure, it's awakened by proof. She watches how you handle stress. She watches whether your promises survive inconvenience, whether you protect the family from chaos or if you're contributing to it. She watches whether your confidence is rooted in competence or performance. And when she sees steadiness over time, something in her nervous system starts to exhale. That is where respect begins to return, where attraction has room to breathe again. That is where a wife can stop gripping the wheel so tightly and begin to believe, I am actually not alone in this. Leaders don't force others to follow. They become so clear, so steady, so trustworthy, and so responsible that following them feels like wisdom. I am the Attraction Matriarch, and in all things, I want you to win.